Hey now, what is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I'm here to talk about part one of Crisis on Infinite Earths. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest DC, or at least I should say CW fan of the superhero shows that they have on there. I have been watching Arrow from the beginning, episode one, 8 years ago. I've watched all of the spin offs like The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl and Batwoman currently. I'm watching everything. So it's weird to say that I'm not a big fan of it, right? It's just I watch it because I've started from the beginning. I'm so invested now. I'm too invested now to stop, and that's what sucks. And that's why I feel like I complain so much each and every week when I watch these shows. But this is big. This is huge. Crisis on Infinite Earth. This is something that I could not believe they were doing when they announced it last year. And I wondered, could they pull it off? I wondered if they could deliver on such high expectations as this story and this name comes with. Obviously, they didn't. But let's be honest, it's episode one. I don't think this was a bad episode. I have my confusions and I have my question marks about it, but it's night one. I think we are going to get more surprises that they have in store. The very beginning of this episode, we see Alexander Knox from Earth 89, Gotham City. That was pretty cool. I know probably almost nobody recognized that was Robert Wool, Alexander Knox from Batman '89, but and that's such a underrated, underappreciated supporting character from that movie that it was very cool that they brought the actor back, that they acknowledged that character in some way, somehow, some form, and his bat signal looked like the Batman Beyond bat signal. So, are you telling me that there is a Earth where Michael Keaton's Batman is now Batman Beyond for a Terry McGinnis? We need to make that movie. I don't know what Warner Brothers is waiting for. That just you bring Michael Keaton back to play Batman, old man Batman. It's easy money. Anyways, we also get a Burt Ward cameo for all of you 1966 Batman fans. I am not a fan of the 66 show, not at all. But it was very nice to see how they used him. I remember when they announced that Burt Ward was going to be in this, and it was weird to have that announcement, especially given what he did. It's not like I was expecting him to do much, but when they announced it, they made it seem like he was going to maybe suit up or get something to do, and he's too old for that. Sure. How cool would this have been, though, if Adam West was still alive and they could have gotten him somewhere in there? That would have been very, very cool. We see since this whole crisis, I was trying to figure out exactly what the threat was. It's not like we have Darkseid showing up, which would be badass. Come on, guys. Let's be honest. How awesome would it be if the threat itself was Darkseid destroying these Earths and these worlds and, making him the CW version of Thanos? That would have been great, especially because the DC movies, the Justice League movies, aren't doing anything with Darkseid. Not anytime soon, at least. Is he going to be in New Gods? I don't know. But this threat just seems like it's just a wave of antimatter that's coming across and just disintegrating Earths and planets as it goes. It's like, but why is it doing it? I guess there's an anti-monitor who's around and he's causing it, but we still don't know. They haven't fully set up why this is happening and who's behind it, or if there's anyone behind it, or is it just supposed to be a natural disaster? If it is a natural disaster, then how can these heroes stop it? I guess that's why I'm a little confused. I guess that's why it's hard for me to get fully invested in the threat, to say that lives are at stake. Surely they prove that by the end of this episode. But I also feel like we could have done a better job at building up the villain, building up what this threat exactly is. We see Argo City, which is a city that Supergirl's mother and other Kryptonians that survived the Krypton explosion, they've been living at. We haven't even seen Supergirl's mother in like what, 2 seasons now? It's been so long. But they brought her back here, Erica Durance, to die. because this planet gets destroyed, we do get a pretty cool scene of Superman and Lois reenacting how Kal-El was put in a ship from Krypton and sent off world, off planet, that he had to do that with this baby here. For about 2 seconds, I thought, wait, did they really just kill Superman and Lois? That was really weird because he doesn't have powers on this red sun. But no, he got saved. Lois got saved by Lila, who is, I don't really know what Lila is and how she's like a vessel, I guess, for the Monitor. She has power. She has a suit. Again, I don't really know what's going on with Lila either. But Lila brings them to Earth, or at least the same Earth that Supergirl was on, was Earth 38. She also brings in the Flash. She brings in Oliver and his daughter Mia. She brings in Sarah Lance and Brendan Routh's character Adam. And when you see Sarah Lance at Earth 1 in Star City, it's weird because it makes you think, well, wait, so Sarah and the rest of the Legends crew, on their off time, they're just hanging out in the city doing nothing, which I guess is fine. It makes sense. They're not always 24/7 going to be doing something heroic, but why haven't we seen her visit Laurel or visit Oliver or visit our main guys, our main crew from Arrow? That's where she started. If she is home, if she's been home for however long, why hasn't she gone to see them or call them or have any interaction in this final season of Arrow? Kind of odd. I did like the moment where she did talk to Oliver and she congratulated him on being a father and a hero and whatnot. There was also a pretty cool scene of Superman and Supergirl talking about what it's like, since they have already lost Krypton, they have lost family before. It happened again with Argo. It was a nice moment between the two heroes, something that they could relate on. Superman feeling a little down on himself because he did try to have a normal life. He did try to settle down, hang up the cape, have a family, and now he feels like this is all his fault. But Supergirl was able to talk him back up. Just, once again, I like that they took the time to do that. Alex, Supergirl's sister, goes to meet with Lena Luthor and asks her for help. I have not liked at all them turning Lena Luthor into a villain. I know that they've had her say that she's not the villain. I know that they've had her say she's really the hero. She thinks she's the hero. And I know that Kara desperately wants to save her soul. They talked about that a lot in the last episode. But still, I don't know how you get out of the things that Lena has done. She's done some underhanded things, some dastardly things. Even if she didn't mean to kill anyone, it still seemed pretty dangerous and pretty other evil to do the things that she was planning on doing. Even if they do try to save her or have her be friends with them again, it's a little forced at this point. She agrees to help just because the world is at stake. And then we get another scene where Oliver gives his daughter Mia a costume. She officially suits up. She's getting ready for her spin-off show, which I gotta be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna watch. I mean, when I say I don't know I'm gonna watch, I do know that I'm not gonna watch this. I can't afford to start another CW superhero show. It's too much. The quality and the writing isn't good enough. I don't really care about the kid characters. I mean, nothing against Mia and the actress. I mean, she's fine. It's just I don't want to get invested in yet another show. Maybe if enough people want me to watch the first pilot of that show, review that, maybe I will. But as far as watching it week to week and keeping up with it, no. I can't. Then you see, in order for them to get Superman and Lois's son, which they named Jonathan. I do like that. Named him after his human father. He somehow, in orbit, wound up on a different, not only Earth, but in the future. Explain to me how that happened. Maybe there was some dimensional thing. Maybe it was like Interstellar, where he went through a black hole, a wormhole, and time traveled. But so Sarah and Lois and Brainy, they go to Star City 2046 and they interact with an older future Oliver, and he doesn't really know about any of this multiverse stuff or anything. even Sarah being alive surprises him, and Sarah has to talk to him and talk him up. And I mean, it was a decent scene, I guess, but it didn't really mean anything. It didn't matter. I think this scene would have been a lot more special, would have had a lot more impact if this happened maybe in tomorrow's episode, or night 3, or even in night 5. Because by the end of this episode, our Oliver dies. Our current Oliver dies. And so if we had another night, another episode where we see another version of Oliver, a future version of Oliver, maybe it would have had more specialty to it. It would have had more impact. It would have just been more emotional. But as it stood right now, it just seemed random. It seemed out of place. Then you jump to the current team. You have everybody, including the Flash and whatnot. They're all fighting this ghost army. I'll be honest, I didn't really understand what was going on. I know that they were trying to stop this portal being opened up and trying to prevent the dark matter from destroying the Earth, and they were trying to get civilians off planet onto the ships and whatnot. But it just, what was up with this ghost army? Like, where did they come from? Why were they there? Why was Oliver shooting arrows at these demon-looking things? What was it doing to them? Was it doing something to them? Were they just disappearing and then reforming? Or was it killing them? Why was it killing them? I don't know. And why was Batwoman there? Like, if you're the Monitor, and if you're trying to gather the best heroes that you can, you pick Batwoman over, I don't know, Batman? Or just really anyone, like Aquaman or Wonder Woman or somebody with more powers. And, you're going to pick somebody who... Batwoman Kate Kane, she doesn't even have real training. She was in the military and whatnot, but she's not the greatest superhero out of everyone else on the team. And in any event, I'm rambling. Let's just talk about Oliver Queen dying. I did like the moment where the Monitor wanted to take him, wanted to just leave and let as many people die as they can. But Oliver said no. He sacrificed himself to let as many people survive as he could. I think he said that 1 billion people survived because of him. And that's great. In theory and on paper, that is a good way for Oliver Queen to die. But the way it was shot and the way that we saw, I mean, we didn't even see him die. We saw him see the army of demons or ghosts or whatever they were. Oliver drops his arrow because he ran out of arrows. He dropped his little weapon there, and then he just starts to run towards them. Again, cool. And maybe you could argue that we didn't want to see Oliver get tore up or slashed up by these creatures. But still, for such a big character, for the main hero, the guy who started this all, the Tony Stark, if you will, of this CW Arrowverse. It's called Arrowverse after him. I just figured his death would be a lot more impactful, would be a lot more of a big climactic event. I definitely didn't expect him to die in night 1. And maybe that was supposed to be the big swerve, the big surprise, the big twist. Even the Monitor said that that's not how his death was supposed to happen. And Oliver gets the moment where he tells Barry and Kara that he died for them to be the saviors. He wishes his daughter Mia the best of luck with her spin-off show. So, look, overall, this episode was fine, I guess. Maybe I put too much high expectations on this Crisis. I know it's only night 1. I know that there's many more things to come. I know that this could be great. And maybe if I binge this all 5 parts all at once, maybe it would have been one of the coolest things ever. But as it stands right now, it's fine. It's just fine. Let's be honest, I'm mostly here, and I'm looking forward to Tom Welling. Smallville's Clark Kent coming back is the thing that I'm looking forward to the most. I think I'm expecting too much if I were to say that I want to see him suit up as Superman, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm also looking forward to Kevin Conroy as Bruce Wayne, maybe Batman. Will he suit up in the suit, the cape and cowl? Probably not. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below, what did you think of night 1 of Crisis on Infinite Earths? Am I being too negative? Probably. I'm sure you guys will tell me. Or do you agree that this was just kind of meh, just okay at best? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later. Oh yeah. Today I feel Super Bowl. Feel it in your
gon' say it.